Hi guys, so today I wanted to make a video about probably my most favourite category in makeup, which I'm sure if you watch my videos, my tutorials, you'll know that I, like everyone in the entire world, is obsessed with highlighters. I love highlighters so much. They're definitely one of my favourite makeup categories. I also love foundation and let's be honest, I love all of them, but I think that everyone has a passion for highlighting. I haven't met one person in my life that doesn't want an intensely blinging highlight. I might be wrong, but I feel like everyone is obsessed with a good highlight. So I basically wanted to tell you guys about what I think everybody should own these highlighters, and I'm super excited because two of the highlighters in my favorite collection of highlighters, this is really I've said highlighter so many times. Anyway, two of the ones in my collection were actually limited edition, but they are now, I think one of them is permanent and the other one is actually being brought back. So I really want to talk about them all today. Okay, so I want to get into the video straight away because I feel like this is going to be a long one. The first highlighters I'm going to talk about, I want to give them an honorable mention because I'm just going to say what they are first. These are the Jeffree Star Skin Frost, and I have 3 of them here because these are my 3 favourite colours. But I do own more in my drawer. I think I own about 7 or 8 of them. And the reason I'm only giving them an honourable mention is because, to be honest, I do really like these highlighters. I wouldn't be mentioning them if I didn't like them, but I find them to be quite chunky and a little bit glittery for my liking. So what I like to do with these is I use them as a finishing touch. So what I do is I'll highlight with a different highlighter, something that's more soft and more I can go crazy with it and it won't look all chunky and glitter in my face, and then I'll use one of these as just just hitting it on the very top of the cheekbone to give it that very finishing kind of bling. And that's how I like to use these, because otherwise I find them to be, if I apply a lot of them, I find it to really, you can see the texture on your skin, and I don't like highlighters like that, but I do really like these as just kind of a finishing touch. Okay, so I'm now going to talk about which ones are my favorite. The first one is Jeffree Star's Peach Goddess. Now this one actually comes across a lot darker in the pan than what it does on the skin, because I would actually recommend this for people that have fair to medium skin tones. But it is super beautiful, and it's kind of unusual because I feel this one, out of the entire of his highlighters, I feel this formula is the softest. There's something about this formula, it's softer than the other ones, and I already did swatch it for you guys to see. It is really beautiful. It's such an intense highlight. They all are, so I don't need to say that, but I do really love this one, and I feel I gravitate towards probably this one the most, so that is Peach Goddess. Okay, so my next favourite is Lavender Snow, and if you watch my videos you'll know that I do really use this one a lot and I do love it. And when I first ordered it, I kind of looked at it and was like, what the fuck? Because it is purple, it looks really purple in the pan, but when you put it on your face, it kind of looks more like this colour. It looks more of this intense kind of reflective glow with a purple undertone to it. It doesn't look like you have a bruise on your cheek, because some coloured highlighters can make this weird shadow that makes it look like you've been hit in the face, or just something weird and off. But this one actually does look really reflective and really glowy, and I have already swatched it so you can see what I mean. It comes across, yeah, maybe more like a champagne with a purpley undertone. I really do love this. When I want to do something kind of cool toned, I'll always gravitate towards this as a little topper, and I love this highlight. Okay, my final favourite from Jeffree Star is King Tut, and you might be thinking isn't that way too dark for you? And yes it is, but my favourite thing to do with this highlighter, and every time I do it on somebody, on a client, on a friend, they are obsessed with it and they want to go home with this highlighter. I use this to highlight my entire body. Now I know you're probably thinking, what? I use this just as a body kind of glow with a brush, and oh my god, it is so fucking reflective and amazing that I will get compliments, I will get what is on your body, what is that moisturizer, what is on your body. If you are darker skin tone, oh my god, you need this highlight in your life. That is it on the back of my hand. It is so beautiful and I love it just to highlight the décolletage. Okay, so now that I've got the honourable mentions out of the way, I'm now going to go ahead and talk to you about what my ultimate favourite highlighters are, and these are highlighters that I would 100% recommend to you guys with confidence, and in no particular order, I'm just going to go through them. So the first one is Becca's highlighter in Moonstone. And I would recommend this for people that have fair skin to medium skin. This wouldn't work for darker skin, but it is so beautiful on fair and medium skin tones. I have seen mixed reviews about this where some people like myself absolutely love it. It's like their favorite highlighter, but then I've also seen people that hate it and say like it does shit all on your face and it's not even a highlighter, but I totally disagree. I think that it is an amazing highlighter. It gives a beautiful glow. It's not subtle, but it's not super intense, so it kind of is like a highlighter that sits in between. And the thing that I love about this formula is that you can build it up. Like the Becca's highlighter formula with all of their highlighters, you can layer like 100 layers on your skin and it'll never look chunky and heavy and glittery. It will still look beautiful. Like it just gives the most beautiful glow. The formula is so buttery and creamy and pigmented, and I just absolutely love it. Becca's formula is definitely one of my favorites, and I just absolutely love this color. It's like a beautiful intense vanilla, so I would 100% recommend this to fair medium skin tones. Okay, so my next favorite highlighter is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, and obviously I'm talking about the highlight shade. I absolutely adore this highlighter. I recently started using it like the past few months. When I first got this like palette, I was more obsessed with this contour shade and I didn't really use the highlight shade, but when I started using the highlight shade, oh my god, I could not put it down. It is, in my opinion, more so for like my skin tone and a little bit darker, so like medium and my skin tone. I wouldn't recommend this if you're like super fair or obviously really dark skin tones. It probably would come up a little bit ashy, but I absolutely love this highlighter. I would say it's a little bit more intense than the Becca one, but it is so beautiful. And again, the formula of this is so soft, so creamy, so buttery. It is a beautiful highlighter. You can layer it. It never looks chunky. Again, it's one of those beautiful formulas that as much as you can put on as much as you want and it's never going to look chunky on your skin. And I also love the contour shade while I'm talking about this palette, and I have already swatched it so you guys can see. If you can see it, it kind of is like my skin tone, so that's why I would say it's for my skin tone and a bit darker, but it's a beautiful reflective highlighter and I absolutely would recommend it. So that is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. Okay, so the next highlighter I had to include because I could never talk about my favorite highlighters without talking about the Mary Luminizer by Balm. This bad boy is incredible. This was actually like the second highlighter that I ever purchased in my life. The first one was matte, soft and gentle, and then I went to the Mary Luminizer, and after that I feel like the Mary Luminizer was what made me fall in love with highlighting because it is absolutely incredible. I would recommend this for people with light to medium skin tones. It's very versatile and I just absolutely love it. The formula is probably one of the best formulas that I've ever found in a highlighter. I love the Becca formula and I also love this one. It is so buttery and so creamy and so pigmented. I'm sure if you watch YouTube, this has been on YouTube for years, and that's how you know that it's a good product if people are still talking about it from years ago, because this is incredible. I have already swatched it. It's super intense. I would say it's like a very light vanilla-y gold color, and I think it's so incredible. So I would 100% recommend this if you're just getting into makeup and you want to get a good highlighter that's really intense and you want to have that glow. This is the first one I'd recommend because it's affordable, it's incredible, and I don't know, you can't not love this highlighter. It is beautiful. Okay, so the next highlighter, I feel that this highlighter had so much controversy around it when it first came out. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold, but my mind was literally made up immediately as soon as I put this on my cheekbones. I have it on my cheeks today as well as one other highlighter, but my mind was made up straight away. I was in love with it. I didn't care about the price or whatever anyone was talking about. I love this highlighter so much. I think that this has actually been brought back now. This was limited edition, but they have actually brought it back. So if you like the way that this looks, I would immediately go and get it if I was you. I know that the packaging is shit. Like the packaging is cardboard and it's tiny, but the highlighter that you're getting inside, in my opinion, is totally worth it. That's just my opinion. I think it's a beautiful highlighter. I have it swatched here. It's like a intensely yellow gold highlight. It doesn't come across yellow on the skin, obviously. It comes across as like this bright gold highlight, and I don't know, I think that the product size, yes, there isn't very much in there, but you don't really need a lot to highlight your cheekbones because it is so intense. So I love the formula. It's super soft, again, very buttery, creamy. I love it. So yeah, that's the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold. Okay, so the next highlighter is MAC Oh Darling. Now, out of all of the highlighters that I'm talking about today, this is definitely in the top 2 for sure. This highlighter is absolutely incredible, but sadly I can only wear this when I'm tanned and like mainly in the summertime, but when I wear it in the summertime, holy shitballs. I get so many people coming up to me and being like, what is your highlight? What is that on your face? This highlighter is just so eye-catching and incredible, and it is so intense. So I would definitely recommend this if you have medium to deeper skin tones. And when I use it on my clients, oh my God, my clients look in the mirror and their face is so priceless when they've got this highlighter on, because it is so incredible and it is so intense that it is just, it's amazing. Like, it is an amazing highlighter. I have already swatched it. As you can see, this highlighter is like a true gold. So I definitely wouldn't, I can't wear it now, sadly, but when I have a tan, it is. Okay, my final highlighter is a highlighting palette. This is the Sleek highlighting palette in Solstice. Now, if you watch YouTube videos and you follow all the beauty people, you would have heard about this a billion times over and over. And I actually wasn't even gonna buy this because I thought there was so much hype around it that it was either gonna be really good or really shit, but I ended up buying it and oh my God, like I was blown away. This is definitely one of the most intense highlighters that I've ever used. And I'm talking about the powder, like these two mainly are super intense, and this one's also, they're all really intense. And then there's a cream over in the corner. I never use the cream, I only use the 3 powders. But when I first swatched this with my finger, I was kind of surprised because I didn't expect the formula to be the way it is. It almost feels really dry and kind of chalky, but then when you apply it on your face, it is hands down one of the most intense highlighters that I've ever used. This is not for people that just like a little bit of a glow and just kind of a subtle glow. This is for people that want that banging, like glow in the dark highlight. This is for you. It is amazing, incredible. I don't know how they've done that with a formula that feels so dry. The highlighter is phenomenal, and you can actually layer this highlighter and it'll never look chunky and glittery and weird. It is amazing and it is super affordable. So I would say this is such a bargain for getting all those highlighters in this little palette. I think it's around like $25 or something. So I would recommend this. This is the Sleek highlighting palette in Solstice. Okay, so I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing about what my favorite highlighters are within my collection. And like I said earlier, these are highlighters I would 100% with confidence recommend to you. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It is at demi.rolling and my Snapchat is demirolling. Thank you for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye!